Hello everybody and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program Rise of the Darkfog. Let's take a look at our Dyson Sphere, and as you can see in between episodes, this was the original patch of Sphere that we had placed down. And well, I have taken the time to complete all the Sphere design. It's basically the exact same pattern that we've had over here, just expanded quite a few times. I don't know if there's a way to do this better, but for now, what I did was I actually drew all of this by hand and actually spend a bit of time to do the math. I believe it was somewhere around the vicinity of 7,100 clicks. Maybe a bit below it because some of the nodes are adjacent, but still, that was a lot of clicks to get all of this plotted down. But here we have it. They're all plotted down. Carrier rockets have started flowing to a few of the adjacent nodes as well, as I believe that all of this was actually fully built. There's only solar cells left here to attach. So building more nodes, that means it should theoretically attract more solar cells, I would assume, which would automatically mean that we're going to be using more solar cells and not letting them go to waste. So that was the first thing I wanted to point out. Now, another thing that I want to do is make a bit better use of the space that I have around here. And this just is gonna be in the way like forever. Can I... I will just delete this and get it over with. And over here, I can get one of the plane smelters to I'll set it off like this to take care of whatever is left of that patch. I'm kind of inclined to do the same thing over here. Looks like one miner was actually full, so that means it might not have been working. Not all that relevant. I think those are all the iron nodes. Yes, they are. And also that was now apparently disconnected from power, as that was the only connection to my power source. Anyway, that one is done. I can put a coal back in here. And well, let's do just a bit of cleanup. Will those be brought back to my inventory? I think that somebody's gonna bring all of those back to my inventory, which is really annoying, because what I wanted to do is switch over to the Mark IV assembly machines and set this to 150. Okay, they actually did deliver them back, which is really nice. I'm a bit surprised that I'm not getting any of the Mark IIIs. I would have gotten some if I was to have bots in there. And now that we finally got the, I believe to be the last level of machines, I will, as a first order of business, so if we take a look over here, oh, why would my silicon production be dead? That makes no sense. But it does look that my silicon production is completely dead. At the same time, I do not want to do that, I want to upgrade. The first production cluster that gets upgraded... Ooh, these things look rather cool. It is actually, as you can probably see, the first time I'm seeing them, at least in a building stack, building array. Pretty nice design. So one of the major bottlenecks that I've had for carrier rockets was the production of Dreuteron fuel. This should now be taken care of, or at least doubled, which is quite a lot. I need to figure out what's happening with my silicon production though. Okay, so let's see, solar cells. Solar cells are constantly being produced and shot at the sky, where actually I forgot to cap this one, it looks like, which is a bit unfortunate. There is some proliferator making its way here, but not for everything. These ones are a bit bad because, well, there's no silicon here. And let's take a look at how these are doing. These are still being bottlenecked by the Dreuteron fuel, but I think that once the new build kicks in, this will increase by quite a bit, and automatically the Dyson Sphere component will be the next bottleneck. So let's take a quick look and see what's happening to our silicon production. And let's look at the Sirius system, and over the last 10 minutes we are producing slightly more than we're consuming, but that's only slightly. But we are over consuming the high purity silicon, which is a bit unfortunate. Now I do not remember if I actually set up upgraded the smelting array for silicon to its max size. I don't think I actually have, but before I head off, first of all I want to make sure that I haven't already said that somewhere. which it seems like I haven't. I want to set up a production of the pile sorter. This is a 3 recipe build. And let's get over here. Now this will obviously have... Actually no, this will not have a problem because I do have a bit of a buffer room here if I ever need to squeeze in another chest. On the other hand, I think I need to actually get there in order to build it. So let's upgrade this as much as possible. And let me see. There is another way to get rid of everything in my inventory that I'm probably gonna use now, and I'll just let... now I could set this... I could set some of this to be permanent, and I think I actually will set some of this to be permanent. Because I will, as I'm upgrading, I will pick those things up over and over again. The number of logistic slots here are extremely small. I find that rather disconcerting that I only have like 2 stacks here. Because I would like to also like maybe even filter out all of my materials and whatnot. But apparently that's not the case, so it is what it is. Let's make sure that I request at least 60 of these at all times. Like I would definitely want to have more than what I'm currently holding as filters, which unfortunately is not possible. Partially being the reason why are these not being taken out? Maybe I do not have bots over there. That's a very good possibility why. Now I still want to keep the Mark III sorters. And I am thinking of a few builds where I'm gonna use the newly unlocked, newly provided Mark IV or piler sorters. Let's take a quick look over here. Where are the miners? Yeah, there were no bots in there. Making sure that I top everything off. And actually, speaking of, I do want to get restocked on those things and on these things. Make sure I have at least one full stack. Also, I think that eventually everything will be using the piler sorters, because I'm gonna bulk upgrade, and I think that's automatically gonna cause those to upgrade. So I might as well maybe consider not not keeping the regular sorters on me. Let's say that I want 400 of these. Do I actually get provided with them? Oh, well, in order to get provided with them, I actually need to remember to finish this recipe. So Mark 3's rings and processors. Mark 2. This is quite a cheap recipe. So I guess they are intended to be used quite soon in the game. And you're gonna be holding... They are way more expensive to operate, but it's kind of the same linear increment, 18, 36, 72, and then just double once more. So you know what? Let's do this. I will actually say that don't provide, collect everything, and set this to 800. It would be really nice to get some on me, because I can now do this. It's a very interesting way to set filters. All of this should be going away now, but actually, since I'm here, I might just as well drop them. This boss has gotten quite messy, so I'm thinking that in between episodes, maybe not necessarily this one, but one of the next episodes, I will spend just a bit of time off camera to redesign the entire mall, make it into something more that looks more pleasant to the eye. And let's first, it looks like Sirius 1 is the first one, the closest, so I'm gonna head here first. This looks like the right place to drop. Okay, this is entirely dead. Just to double check, this planet has no more silicon, or 1000 silicon, which, being a number that small, I'm assuming it is being mined by one machine at a very slow pace, but yeah, so that's why we are out of silicon. Which now makes me want to warp to... not to that planet. I want to warp to Sirius 2. Which is on the other side of the everything. Okay, that's why I wasn't seeing it. It was covered by sun. And let's have a quick look over here. So first of all, how is this planet doing with silicon? This planet is filthy rich with silicon. That's really awesome. Also making sure that nothing is permanently stuck over here. And well, given the fact that I only need this to do a handful of researches, apparently, I do want to redesign this whole thing. This is just an ad hoc improv to get something going. I really hate the ratio here. Like, these ILSs should be placed slightly differently. I should have like 10 length lanes here so that we have 5 for each ILS and a nicer distribution overall. But, well, that is not happening right now, so... Oh, this is beautiful. That is a whole patch. This is 1800 per minute, which is the exact length of a belt, which needs to feed back into this thing. I did change building mode in between episodes. This is the first episode where I am trying to build in God mode, not in I guess the old regular way. And I am quite curious to see how this will work out. So far I did find myself trying to for some reason this always looks like a base to me. I did find myself trying to move when I wasn't able to move, and that found it quite weird. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Let's build this one over here, and then connect this to a power source. So I am playing around and trying to think of ways to use the newly acquired piler. And one very nice way of doing things is basically you can do this, and this should basically make sure that we have a fully packed lane as long as there's buffer in that chest. Obviously this will let's reuse that belt. It will have some limitations. It won't work if there's only 2 belts feeding. Like this, while at full flow, this should only be a 2-stack belt. But I can do the same, run the same setup over here as well, with no real repercussions, I think. Kinda hate how they're all weirdly placed when the belt just ends up in the like 90-degree perpendicular to the port. Yeah, it's just something that I find weird. But anyway, this should now be a fully stacked belt. This thing should drain because, well, basically we're getting 2 belts at 1 stack and we're getting 1 belt out at 4 stacks, so it should be double the speed. And with this, I'm really hoping to be able to fill up this ILS. And I'm thinking that if the Darkfog sets down another base over here, it might be a good idea to actually take advantage of that base and start farming it for actual resources. You shall not have these ones on, and you shall not be demanding anything. I want to create a dedicated silicon build over here, which kind of means that that power line will go away, so I'll make another power connection if I can. No, I cannot do that, so I'll... Really? That was so weird. Like I think that it might have been like on a bump here, and when it went down, it actually had enough distance to make the connection. Otherwise, I don't really understand what happened there. But let's go ahead, let's divert. Well, I can now kill this one. And I can divert this one over here. This one goes away, and I will use... those are two belts, two not full belts, so I can use the same trick that I've used in the other place over, I guess, over here. I don't want to reverse path. Well, I'll just stop them like this. Get this belt in here. And then get just the... Get just the one belt out. Put the stacker. This should fully compress the two lanes. So this one should no longer be taking in silicon. It should be exclusively there. Let's clear the settings and well, hopefully that should take care of anything else that we might need. Okay, next thing. I'm gonna do this. Use now. And I just want to move them a bit further away. Can I actually do that? Yes, I can. That was too much. And did I cut out the power supply? I think I cut out the power supply to everything. Yes, I did. There we have it. This should restore power to everything. And I will actually set up missiles, just maybe 1,000 of them. Remove them from here. And get missiles out over here. Okay, that is good, that is working. So now I have this tower which is not taking those in anymore. Okay, all of these towers are now cleaned up. So I will want to move this tower a bit further back. So I want to be able to place 1 and 2 of these. That means that the ILSs will be over on this side of the planet. So for now, I'm gonna stop taking anything in, and I will use this as a temporary buffer to basically get everything out of that ILS and move things over to... Can I actually use this? Not entirely. That's unfortunate. So get this one, and last thing is combustible units. Combustible units I might actually... Never mind. I do not have enough room for combustible units either. This is an empty ILS now, which means I can remove it without the fear of destroying anything. And let's see, this belt is gonna get clogged up for just a second. And let's get in 2 more. More of these. I will have to... Will I have to move everything here because I don't have enough room for all 5 belts? Because I have... Yeah, I've squeezed all of those in there. That's why I had room for the other ones. And the idea is I want this to be as centered as possible. I will move everything over and have room for 5 belts over here. So I kind of want to align it. There's no room there, unfortunately. Let's align it somewhere like this. Now, this will not be blueprintable, but I cannot really push this any further out. So I will just have to do this. And let's have a look over here. So I will have the Darkfog matrices, I will have the explosive units. And well, let's just put in new things from the Darkfog. What's this one? This one is something that goes in here as well. Yep. So let's put in carbon nanotubes. And if we go here to the Darkfog spawn, I could either enable one of these, or we are now at the base of level 18 and these are actually going to be produced, and I want all of them. So this is a great time to be properly or somewhat properly expanding this. I kind of feel that this is over the line. But let's go with strange matter and plain filters. I want to put everything on over there eventually, so it doesn't really matter which one is first. Strange matter, and I said plain filters. Yes, plain filters. Recipe here is for strange matter. Alert here is gonna be for strange matter. And similarly here, plain filters. Oh, forgot one. Let's set it over here as well to plain filters and strange matter. Strange matter is over there. Let's get power connected. And well, these are going to go away. I will need to move that one as well. That's going to be extremely painful, and the overflow as well. Where are my combustible units stored? I think I was temporarily storing them there. And silicon is still going strong. That is impressive. And I don't know if it's impressive in a good way or in a bad way. Okay, that's a bit more cleanup. I don't think I have those spaceships anywhere else. Can I get more in my inventory? Unfortunately not. Anyway, back at the matter at hand. Focus, focus, focus. These ones actually have the new and improved sorters, and I just want to copy this and I want to redo the belts over here. So that's overlapping, this is not overlapping, and I need 2 more spaces. Also make sure that we are properly aligned. This looks properly aligned to me. All of these will go away. These ones too. And this is why you build properly from the very beginning, because cleanup is a mess sometimes. So let's see. This one will go over here. I hope I'll be able to use all 3 ports. That's second port. That's third one, and 4, and this is 5. Let's make this maybe look slightly nicer. Yeah, it will have that weird effect. Nothing I can really do about it. I have a nice piler down the center. Can probably get rid of the some of the things in my inventory. And let's move this one. And I cannot move this one yet. I can, however, move this one over here. And basically this is the principle that I'm gonna be applying for the rest of the boss here. I wanted to showcase the remodeling that I'm gonna be doing for a subsample of the boss. I won't spend time on camera redoing this whole thing, but I will set up basically ILS. I will move this ILS over here, be symmetrical, and well, set up storage and ILS for everything that we're gonna be farming here. All of that off camera in between episodes, because I think it might get somewhat boring if I just keep doing this for another 30 minutes to an hour. Similar to what I did with the Dyson Swarm, where, well, speaking of, let's take a quick look to see how our swarm is evolving. We are now basically eating all the sails that we have at our disposal. So anything that that we're able to shoot out, we're using here, which is really awesome. We are a bit limited by the number of rockets that we're producing, but hopefully the boost in silicon will sort that out. And that being said, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you here next time.